What is up, y'all? We are back with another weekly round of content. This week we're doing something a little different. As you can see, I've left my home. This is the most I've left my home other than moving in quite some time. So we are out in the wild world, and this week we are at Arizona State University, my home. I'm going to show off some of my favorite places, show you guys a landmark, some of the landmarks that we have around here, some of my favorite places to study, hang out, and just kind of give you guys a tour, because I know a lot of you guys maybe haven't been on campus and you're freshmen and you're at home because you don't want to face the pandemic. I know some people are thinking about coming to ASU, and I know some people just want to see what the biggest public university in the country and one of the largest universities in the world looks like. So this week I'm going to give you guys that tour. I'm going to show you guys what's up, show you guys some of my favorite places. But with that, let's get into it, y'all. Alrighty, y'all, the first stop on our tour is the bookstore. Obviously pretty self-explanatory, but it has a lot of cool stuff in it, whether you're looking for merch, looking for your books, your lab setup for any of your classes, or one of my favorite parts of it, the Alienware setup that they have inside. But with that, let's take a tour, y'all. Alrighty, y'all, behind me is the Rec Center, also known as the SDFC by some of us. And although I'd love to take you guys inside, on top of everything else, it kind of doubles as a COVID testing site, so you can't exactly go in right now. But it houses everything from your recreational sports, like your basketball courts, your pickleball, very big out here for some reason. We hold like national tournaments out here. It's kind of wild. Pickleball courts, pools, tracks, everything you can think of to work out or be active is found in this building behind me. So I'll give you guys kind of an outside tour, but can't exactly go in right now. But this is the SDFC. Behind me is also the SDFC fields, which is where you play soccer if you're not playing indoor soccer, football, slow pitch softball. Everything under the sun for being active is housed in this area of campus. So let's take a little walk. There's a little robot that delivers food to people on campus that are pretty cool. Like I said, let's take a walk. Behind me is my corner of the world, the W.P. Carey School of Business. Like I said, this is where all the business students hang out. Right next to it is the dorms for business students. My little corner of the world has its own Starbucks, its own little porch that I'm going to take you guys through. I can't go inside because COVID classes, you're not supposed to go in unless you're supposed to have classes. And I don't have classes in person like many people out here. But I'll take you guys on a little tour, show you guys what everything looks like in my little corner of the world. behind me is what I would call the hub of Arizona State University. This houses anything. Well, first let's start off with its name. This is the MU, or the Memorial Union, so those who haven't visited Arizona State University. And this holds the hub of ASU, whether that be you need food. There's food courts with like 10 different restaurants in here. There's study spaces. There's a theater downstairs where you can watch sports or TV, a recreational area, a pool, table tennis, you name it. It is the hub. On Fridays there's concerts, or there was concerts before the pandemic, but this is what I would call the hub of Arizona State University. So let's take a look inside and see what they got going on. Now we've got the newest addition to Arizona State University, or to say the updated version of Arizona State University. We have Hayden Library. Of the 3 libraries on campus, this is the largest and the most exciting, and holds most of what you need to find here. It's got study spaces. It's absolutely beautiful inside. It's like you're walking through a modern art museum with how well they've done it. But this is where I hung out my freshman year. I didn't live on campus, and so I would stake out here for about 3 hours, take a nice nap on one of their couches and just chill, which I highly recommend for anyone who's trying to find somewhere to study or just find somewhere to hang out in between classes. This is one of my favorites. It's got in front of me the underground entrance, and then we've got behind me the new updated brand new entrance with all the new stuff inside. But let's take a walk through and see what we got going on in there. Next up, we have one of the biggest resources on campus, in my opinion, is I almost lose my mask. One of the biggest resources on campus for some people, which is the Computing Commons, or the Creativity Commons, as it has been renamed as of recently. But the Computer Commons is a nice other place to study. If you have to edit, if you have to take tests with a lockdown browser or something like that, anything along those lines that you may need technology for, you just need a quiet place to study or watch TV in between classes, this is the place. I've hung out here numerous times. Like I said, I've never lived on campus, and so most of my schedule is 2 hours in between. I'm like, yeah, I could take the light rail home, or I could just go hang out here for a few hours. And so that's usually what I do, and I'll show you guys why. Behind me and running about a quarter mile to a half mile in each direction is Palm Walk. Palm Walk is probably the most storied landmark of Arizona State University because it runs through the straight middle of ASU. And once you get here, you'll learn this is your landmark. You go, all right, I know where Palm Walk is. Is it off Palm Walk? Is it which way off Palm Walk is it? But like I said, it is your landmark. It is one of the most storied landmarks of ASU because of the 100+ palm trees that are down it, and it's a beautiful walk. So let's take a walk down it as I take you guys to our next spot. At the beginning or end of Palm Walk, depending on how you look at it, is the bridge. I don't know if it has an actual name, but we call it the bridge, and is infamous for water slides on rainy days, long walks up it on a hot day or a long day, and just being a kind of landmark to students, especially if you live on these dormitories behind me. It's one of the cooler landmarks. It runs over the biggest street running through ASU. It is a cool place just to walk up and look at sometimes. So I'll leave it at that, but a really pretty cool little landmark at the beginning or end of Palm Walk. Behind me is home of, well, if you've ever seen a graduation photo from ASU, you've probably seen this. This is Old Main, the original building for ASU, because for many of you that don't know, ASU, before being one of the largest public institutions in the country, if not the world, was a small teaching school, and this was its building. And so if you've ever seen graduation photos, or if you ever you'll probably know what it is, but if you're ever trying to just hang out in this beautiful lawn when it's not the end of summer and dying, is a great place to study. There's shade everywhere, and we've got the beautiful fountain right here. So one of my favorite places to check out. Behind these doors is my hidden gem of Arizona State University. It may seem insignificant for most, but behind these doors is ASU Esports' practice lounge / ASU's eSport lounge, more or less than anything, which, although we couldn't open it this semester, we're hoping to open next semester in the spring of 2021. But in Stauffer Communications B is my home, and where you will find me as soon as it's open most days of the week. That is where I love it. I helped build it out. This is where I leave my legacy to ASU. So I hope anytime you guys come check it out after this pandemic ends, you check out the eSports Lounge here, because it holds a special place in my heart. And although this building may seem like a rock's throw off of the main line of ASU, it is somewhere that I truly love and holds a special part in my heart. So I hope you guys check it out. I can't take you inside because we all know why, but hope you guys check it out soon. behind me is the hidden gem of Arizona State University, and where I find probably the best place to end the video. This is the hidden garden, aptly named, and it's probably my favorite places to hang out, zen, read a book, or just relax in between classes. So while I wanted to end the video here, I will tell you guys, first of all, I apologize. Campus is a little empty for obvious reasons. Normally there'd be people everywhere, but you know, we're in a global pandemic. But I wanted to leave you guys here. I challenge you guys, because I can't tell you, because it is the hidden garden. So anyone who comes to visit ASU, or if you are an ASU student, you know you can't just give up the secret of hidden garden. But anyone that visits or you come and check out ASU, I challenge you to find the hidden garden, because once you find it, you will find the most beautiful place on campus. So with that, y'all, remember to love each other and have a great day. See you guys next week.